Welcome, guys, to Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream, we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin like we normally do. We'll see what Bitcoin's been up to and what it might get itself into. Then we'll take a look at probably the price of oil as well, because that's been a hot commodity, literally a hot commodity the past month now with what's going on in the Middle East here. Just want to do a quick sound check, make sure I sound good to you guys. Okay, and I can actually hear myself. Alright, awesome. And then we'll take a look at some of your requests here. If you guys have any requests, have any stocks or cryptos or commodities that you guys want me to take a look at here on the charts, that's what we plan on doing here. I'll try to go do a 2-hour live stream here with you guys. If you guys keep me busy, we'll definitely get through those 2 hours real quick here. But yeah, let's start here with the price of Bitcoin. Currently trading at 67K. We were talking about Bitcoin yesterday. And I think what I was keying on last time we were talking was like the 1 hour time frame. So let me get into the 1 hour time frame here and show you that here. You know, on the 1 hour time frame, I said, I went live streaming, what, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and that was when Bitcoin was doing this drop here. But I said that if Bitcoin does, for whatever reason, do a Uno reverse, which it kind of did after my live stream ended. If it does an Uno reverse and we go up to higher prices, I was eyeballing this red line here at 68,400 is where this 200 moving average is on the 1 hour time frame. And sure enough, Bitcoin came close enough. It didn't actually hit it, but it was an idea for a possible rejection zone. We were talking about 68,400, or I might have said 68,500 because when I was live streaming, that's where that red line was at. And sure enough, it has acted as resistance right now. And these moving averages, they do act as resistance, especially on the 1 hour time frame for the day traders out there. I know I do got some day traders out there that are watching my streams. And these moving averages are pretty useful. You can see that right now, the 100 moving average, which is this blue line, is acting as resistance right now, preventing Bitcoin from going up to higher prices. And it looks like we're kind of getting a nice candle here on the 1 hour time frame, right here at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Bitcoin is trying to one more time try to get past this, maybe this 100 moving average that's sitting at 67,600. So if you guys are like trying to day trade Bitcoin right now, we might have another 600 point move ahead of us, and we could get rejected again one more time, like we did at 10 a.m. Eastern time here, okay? And like we did last night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, okay? That 100 moving average acting as resistance. The TA is being respected right now, and when we do come down, it looks like we try to get a little bit of support off the 50 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. But I think for the most part, what we've been eyeballing is that Bitcoin has been getting support at 65K. If I zoom back out, let's go into the daily time frame now. Daily time frame, you can see that 65K has held as support here on Sunday. All right, it also held as support back here. What was it? What day was that? March 1st here. Okay. If we can't hold 65K, then I think we might dip our toes into 63K, which is this red number here that I highlighted. And 63K is an area that we go down there and we don't stay there for longer than 1 day. We don't even close a daily candle close in the 63K area. So I think if Bitcoin does drop down, could be worth taking along, could be worth adding to your spot bags on Bitcoin if Bitcoin does drop down to 63K. That's what I'm seeing on the charts right here. Because it might just dip down and come right back up, and then before the end of the day, you're going to be like, what the hell happened? Bitcoin was at 63K, and now it's back at like 66, 67K. Okay? So I think Bitcoin does have some support, and we would have to break through 63K and also 60K like we did here on February 6th. For Bitcoin to go to low prices. And if it does, I have said that 52K is the next target to the downside if Bitcoin does do that. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and try to catch up on the chat here, see what you guys have to say so far. We got Mr. David Brookston here. Let's see who else we got here. We got what you said the music is louder than my voice. Is it let me just make sure I'm not connected to the Bluetooth here. It should be. I should be fine. I don't have my headphones on or anything like that. But let me know, is the music fine now? Okay, yeah, the music was, I mean, usually when I get started with my live streams here, I usually have intro music for my YouTube guys, for the YouTube stream, and then I turn the music down when I'm ready to talk and get down to business here on the charts. So that's probably what you witnessed and saw there was, you know, just the intro music is a little bit louder, and then I turn the music down and I get started with the live stream here. Yep. Cool, but good to see you here. Appreciate you coming into the chat. You say that you have a request for Pippin, and you want to look at the money flows and whatnot. Okay, appreciate that request there. I mean, I guess we can get into Pippin, and then we can take a look at the price of oil. Sure. What else do we have? Any other requests here? We got Richard here following me here on TikTok. Thank you for following me here on TikTok, Richard. For my YouTube guys, I'm doing a TikTok live stream. For my TikTok guys, I'm actually doing a YouTube stream. I do both. At some point, I gotta figure out how to like do a stream key where I can actually stream, you know, TikTok and YouTube at the same time using the same webcam. Because that'd be cool if I could do that. If I can figure that out. I might try to figure that out either later on this week or next week. See if I can do a stream, but. There's going to be some changes. I am going to Costa Rica, and DeluxeAlgo says, my hair is ready for Costa Rica. Yeah, I shortened up my hair a little bit. I cut the hair. My barber cut my hair a little bit. Let me just show you guys here on TikTok so you see what I got myself a fresh cut for Costa Rica. I'm going to Costa Rica tomorrow. And I had to get myself ready for that by, you know, making sure that everything looks good, right? Let's see. I'll flip the camera one more time because I'm actually gonna try to work on my tan too. I gotta get working on the tan here for my for my trip to Costa Rica. I plan on being probably just as dark as my mom or my brother. My brother and my mom are a little bit darker than me, so hopefully I can catch up to them with a nice tan. All right. But yeah, let's get into the requests here. Let's take a look at Pippin here. I saw River was doing pretty well. I'm a little curious. Is Pippin doing well today? We're gonna find out. Oh, Pippin's actually down 6%, trading at 5 cents. Let me get rid of this previous chart work here. We'll look at the daily time frame here. I'm not sure what kind of time frame you want to look at. For Pippin here, but I do got the daily time frame here, and we can always zoom in and maybe look at the smaller time frames if you want. But Pippin right now is just bearish, and I can just quickly tell that it's bearish because yeah, it's been dropping like a rock since the end of February, basically since the beginning of the war in the Middle East here. Pippin has been dropping, but I can just eyeball it real quick and just see that we're below all the moving averages here. That's very bearish, okay? You're below the 200, the 100, the 50, and this white line's the 21 EMA, and that just tells me that, wow, things are very bearish here on Pippin. Doesn't mean that you can't get like an oversold bounce at some point and maybe get a little bit of a relief rally going on here, but I think if Pippin does start climbing to higher prices, that 21 EMA should act as resistance initially. If we do get up to that white line there, right now it's currently trading at 15 cents. Is that really? Wow. So if this thing does, you know, it would have to do a triple in value right now because we're at 5 cents right now. But if we triple in value to 15 cents, I would expect a rejection. But, you know, if we triple, you triple, man. Come on, man. You can't get too greedy. That's better than a double, right? But if we do climb up, I would expect a resistance here at 15 cents just off that 21 EMA, which looks like it's kind of confluent with some previous lows here back here in February where we were at like 15 cents. So I think 15 cents is your target to the upside, just using moving averages and also looking at the previous price action where we traded at 15 cents. I know you want to look at money flows, but I want to kind of take a look at this, looking at Pippin with a VRVP indicator here and see what levels are above us to look for if we are going to be bullish out of nowhere on Pippin. And you can see that we got a value area high on the VRVP indicator here. value area high sitting at actually 18 cents. I said 15 just because that 21 EMA is at 15, but we actually got a high volume node here, roughly at about 18 cents. So maybe we could actually see Pippin go up to like 18 cents, which would put it at the same area that it was back here in the beginning of February, and get a rejection from basically anybody who thought they were buying the dip here. Well, guess what? You bought the dip, and then it really took a dip further down. Okay, so people here probably feel like crap right now. Now that they're down probably like 60% from what they thought was a good buying opportunity here. And if we do climb back up to like 18 cents, I'm expecting these people to be like, oh my god, I can actually break even and get out of this Pippin thing. And they might click the sell button on you if we go up there. But right now, we actually have the point of control. This blue line is sitting at 0.053 pennies here. So there's a good majority of people that are buying and selling Pippin right now is building up a support area here. And if this holds that support, you could get that, you know, out of nowhere relief rally or oversold bounce that puts you back up into like at least above 10 cents here on Pippin. Okay, so that's interesting to see. But if Pippin's just going to be a dog and just, you know, continue to disappoint us here, then, you know, we could drop down to this value area low, which is now sitting at about 0.014 pennies. So about a penny and a half is where Pippin could drop down. So this is very dicey stuff where we could lose almost like, I mean, it almost looks like we could lose 80% of our value here, right? If I just measure from where we are right now down to this value area low, that's a 72% drop. Okay, you could lose 72% being invested in Pippin, or you could come up to this this 21 EMA and be up 196%, or maybe even come up to the value area high here and be up 270%. So you're really, you know, I don't think you need to trade leverage on this thing. If you did, I would just do very low leverage. Unless you really know what you're doing, I would not do more than 2 or 3x leverage on this trade here. But you did ask about money flows. We do have this indicator called the DeluxeAlgo indicator here. That's where I get the money flows here. And let me just pull it up here real quick. You did ask for it, so I'm going to show it to you. Here is the DeluxeAlgo indicator, which you can join and get this this indicator. It's like invite only. It's a paid indicator here, okay? But it's useful to figure out what the money flows are doing here. And on the daily time frame, money flow has been in the green for Pippin all throughout the month of February, going into March, and then we had money flow going into negative here around March 21st, and that's tough to see. That means money is leaving this asset here. It's not coming into this asset. However, what's interesting though is you did get a green buy dot here that showed up here on March 21st, and you got momentum is starting to increase here a little bit. So that is good to see, and because the momentum is increasing, you're also seeing that the money flow is starting to curve back up, where money flow could start increasing and maybe go back to green again. All right, and maybe you do see that you know, pop or relief rally on Pippin, where we could, you know, jump up to that 21 EMA at 15 cents, or maybe even, you know, jump up to the previous price action at that. You know, we saw 18 cents could be an area of interest here for Pippin. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here for money flows on a daily time frame here. Don't know if you want me to look at shorter time frames here. Let's just look at the MACD real quick before we go. MACD looks interesting and enticing. You could get something good here for Pippin. You got a MACD crossover to the upside that happened here on Sunday, where the selling pressure started dying down, and it could have started increasing again, like you saw back here in the middle of March, where selling pressure died down and then it started increasing. But look, the selling pressure died down and it kept up with that trend, and now you're starting to see buying pressure showing up, which gave you that MACD crossover to the upside. So this is good. This is promising. This is giving me an idea that we could see higher prices for Pippin in the near future here. So I like to see that. That makes me feel positive and good. Gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. All that good stuff, right? But we shall see. We shall see. It looks like Pippin actually did try to do something today. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator here. But it looks like he did try to do a little bit of a pop up to the upside. We got up as high as like 6.5 cents here. So that's interesting to see. I think you might have a good one here with Pippin. Like I said, I wouldn't do too much leverage. You could just spot trade this, and still be up like, you know, double or triple if we get up to like, you know, 10 or 15 cents here. I don't think you need to trade leverage, but Pippin does look like worth maybe taking a shot, to be honest with you, for a long here. Let's see what says daily MACD went green for Pippin yesterday. Might be in for another rally. Yep, we just talked about that. But yeah, it looks like you're paying attention to that as well. That lets me know that you're watching these live streams and you're also learning stuff. Whether you learned it from me or you already knew this beforehand, that MACD crossover to the upside is very promising. I like to see that. This lets me know like there could be more money to be made here, long in Pippin. I like that. I like that. I didn't really look at the RSI indicator. RSI is still oversold. We're below 30 on the RSI. Take a look at this. We are in negative, well, not negative, but like we're below 30, which is, you know, 30 and above is normal. But below 30 is, you know, that's the RSI is oversold in that case. I just got a notification that looks like my oil trade, you know, I moved my stop loss pretty tight, but looks like I got stopped out, partially stopped out on my oil trade here. I still got a little bit of oil. But I'm a little curious what's going on with oil. I did say we're gonna look at oil after this, right? Okay, what's going on with oil now? We're looking at the price of Brent oil. It's trading at $108.49. Earlier today, I saw it at $110. I bet you Donald Trump fired a tweet here saying, "Oh, we're having good talks here with Iran," even though there's no way for us to actually prove that. Like, who are you talking to, Donald Trump, about, you know, about Iran here? But anyways, you can see that the price of oil is actually dropping right now. I just got stopped out all the way out of my oil position here on whatchamacallit, on WEEX right now. I still got some oil contracts on Coinbase. Maybe I'm about to get stopped out on one of those contracts here. But yeah, looks like oil's taking a dip right now. What's going on? Let's look at the 5-minute chart here, see what's going on. Out of nowhere, we just getting these nasty red candles here to the downside. What's going on? Did Iran surrender to the United States? Because we're getting some price action going on right now with oil. But also with oil, this shouldn't be too surprising. I did say on the 15-minute time frame for oil, and also on the 1-hour time frame, I said this in the Discord, that there was some bearish divergence starting to show up on the charts. So you know, had to be careful. Looks like I might be able to buy the dip here if I want to on oil. Again, I might even do that in front of you guys here. But let's look at the 1-hour time frame so you can see like why this was almost kind of expected for oil to do a little bit of dip here. If I go into the RSI indicator, you can see that we've been. I'm gonna pull this up here a little bit so you can see this better. But you can see here that we peaked out here on the RSI at like 83 on the 1-hour time frame on Sunday, and so far we've been making like lower highs here on the RSI, while at the same time we were making higher highs on price. All right, so you had bearish divergence, classic bearish divergence. Here with my DeluxeAlgo indicator, it actually points out the bearish divergence. You can see like these purple lines here. When you see these purple lines, it's trying to point out that there is some bearish divergence being formed here. Okay, so that's not good. That's not good. But yeah, you can see that we've been making higher highs here on the price, while making recently lower highs here on the RSI. It means that buyers are just not coming in. I mean, they're pushing the price up, but the sellers are coming in and actually trying to take profit right now. Okay. I didn't really do a Fibonacci. Did I do a Fibonacci? I don't think I did a Fibonacci. But if I zoom out here on the Fibonacci, I'm pretty sure we hit a Fibonacci. Yeah, we did. Yeah. So we actually did hit a Fibonacci here that I already drew out on oil. Drawing from like $67 to 120 bucks is where we saw oil top out at. You know, earlier this month and yeah, the beginning of this month as well. And right now you can see that we have a 786 retracement at $108. Well, guess what? We actually hit like 113, 112. So we already hit that 786 retracement. kept on going further, and now we're finally seeing you know, the bearish divergence playing out here on the 1 hour time frame. I think it's also on the 15-minute time frame as well. Okay, so we've seen that you know, there it is. Like you can see right there with these lines here, you're making higher highs here. However, you're making lower highs here on the RSI, and that's classic bearish divergence. Doesn't mean that we can't go up to higher prices, but it does kind of limit your upside price action. If anything, maybe it goes sideways at best, which is what we've been doing on the 15-minute time frame for Brent oil. And now we're actually getting a little bit of a sell-off here. So this is to be expected. Now, how much lower could we go here on oil? Let's go into the 1 hour time frame, which is like my favorite day trading time frame. I mean, we kind of hit a little bit of support here at like 106. Did we hit 106 right now? Yeah, we hit 106, $106.02 here on Brent oil. And I can see that from like the candlewick tops here, and also we had almost like a candlewick low here at $106. So I think, you know, that move came in fast and furious, but you can see now the buyers on this 1 hour candle here, the buyers are stepping in and pushing the price back up again because they like 106 for a price here. I bet you there was already some buy limit orders there that literally just got filled right now. Let's go into the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, 5-minute time frame. See how fast and furious this happened? You just fast and furious came in, stopped me out. And yeah, the buyers are now stepping in, and we're getting a little bit of a green candle here on the 5-minute time frame now because of that. The buyers showing up here at 106 bucks for Brent oil. All right, let's see what you guys have to say now. We got what in the chat saying, considering Pippin all-time high is 90 cents and 77 cents before that, then might be in for $1. Wow, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Pippin could possibly go to $1, right? I gotta go look at Pippin again. Is that the case? We've seen Pippin at higher prices for sure. I don't know if did it actually get up to $1. I gotta take a look at this one more time here. Let me reset this chart. All right. Oh yeah, it looks like it got up to like 90 cents here on February 26th. Yeah. And then look at this. There's that bearish divergence that was showing up here on the chart here for Pippin as well. And what did the bearish divergence do? Well, it played out to the downside. You know, we lost, you know, the high levels here of 90 cents here on Pippin. Okay. But yeah, I mean, let me just see what the RSI look like, you know, just to confirm that. You can see, yeah, you know, Pippin had high RSI back here in December, and it's just been lower highs here while still making higher highs on price. That was your bearish divergence in December for Pippin, okay? And then also a little bit of bearish divergence here on Pippin back here in February, okay? You can see that we made higher highs here, got up to like 90 cents. That was pretty decent to see Pippin do that. However, you're making lower highs here in the RSI. Do I need to really draw it out for you? I could, you know, just showing you that, you know, your trend was down on the RSI. Lower highs here, while making, you know, I already got lines here, but I'll just point it out here. You're making higher highs here on the price and lower highs here on the RSI. That's bearish divergence, and it played out. It played out pretty brutal. I feel bad for whoever bought at 90 cents and now they're, you know, looking at Pippin at 5 cents. That's like a 90% drop in price. Yikes. And didn't we say that Pippin could possibly drop down like another 70%? Oh my god, imagine that. Being down 90% and then watching it drop down like another 70%. Yikes. What said he had a little bit of a short from 84 cents to 32 cents on Pippin. Congratulations on that short there. Congratulations. DeluxeAlgo says Pippin equals pump and dump. Guys, we actually have DeluxeAlgo in the TikTok chat here. If you guys are interested in the money flow indicator here, right, which I kind of buried in the bottom here, but if you're interested in this money flow indicator here and using it to spot, you know, potential divergences and also spotting, you know, what money flow is actually doing, if it's leaving or coming into the asset. Also, I got indicators here showing that we got the bearish divergence here. And I actually turned off the other DeluxeAlgo indicator, but there is one here that kind of tells you when to go long and short. I turn this on, and even the DeluxeAlgo indicator was telling us to go short here on Friday, February 27th, and it played out. And right now, there's no signal here to go long, okay? But if you guys want to get these long, short signals with the bearish, bullish divergences and all that, if you go over to TikTok, to my TikTok page, the Meet Damien, don't forget to follow me here if you haven't done so already. But here on the bio, there is a Linktree link. You click on that, it will take you to the Linktree. And then you'll see the Meet Damien Linktree. And then there's your DeluxeAlgo Trader link right here. Okay, you click on that, and it will take you over to DeluxeAlgo using my referral code. Right? It's just a one-time fee of $49. They usually do $199 for this trading indicator here. Okay, but you're gonna get 75% off if you use my my referral link here. And it's just a one-time fee. Once you get it, you got it. All right. And DeluxeAlgo has been updating the indicators to give you the best performance and the best data for the indicator. Okay, so they are constantly working and improving on the indicator as best as they can. But you can see, you know, this thing did tell you the short Pippin on February 27th, and you would have made money shorting Pippin. And now are we gonna long it? Well, we haven't had the signal yet to long, but the last time I said long was like right over here, and you could have made some money long in Pippin as it bounced up from what? I think this thing fired off on February 23rd when it was at like 61 cents, and you could have stayed in that trade. You would have seen this go up to like 90 cents. You would have been up like almost like 50% on your investment, and then it told you to get out of that long and take profit on your long and enter the short right over here. Okay, so yeah, I think this is a useful indicator that can help you make some money, especially for the beginners and the new traders who are like, trying to figure out, should you long or should you short. This is very useful for the new indicator, for the new traders out there, but also it's pretty helpful for the experienced traders who are also trying to figure out whether they should long or short, especially when you're going trading sideways and you're like, should I long or should I short? When you see the signal get fired off, it'll say short, and then boom, you go down. But it didn't do that here on the daily time frame. Let me show you what it looks like on like smaller time frames, and it would probably show you on the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour time frame here. You can still day trade using this says a long signal right here, but then it says to get out of that long basically, and probably go into a short right over here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what is this? Ethereum is breaking past $2,100 now. That's what I got for a notification here. Okay. And Bitcoin at 67,600. Okay, did I not say that we could see Bitcoin go to 67,600? I could have sworn I said that earlier in the live stream here, and that was when Bitcoin was at 67K. So I'm actually curious. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick here. And let me turn the moving averages back on again. Yeah, we were eyeballing this 100 moving average at 67,600, and sure enough, that's what Bitcoin did. It actually went past that a little bit. It went to almost 68K here. Okay, but I think you could probably stay in your long here on Bitcoin and see if it's actually going to hit that 200 moving average at 68,300. That's where I would take some more profit on a Bitcoin long if I was in one. I'm not in a Bitcoin long. I've been trading oil a lot lately, and I have trade Bitcoin. I traded Bitcoins here and there last week, but because I've just been preparing my businesses that I have here, as well as trying to get myself ready for Costa Rica, I just haven't really been devoting myself to the charts like I normally do. And I just if I don't want to enter a trade and not be on the chart, so I've been just focusing more on oil for my the time that I do get to see the charts, and I haven't really been trading Bitcoin or crypto like that, but I will be trading it now that I'll have a lot more free time when I'm down in Costa Rica. I'll try to get into some longs and shorts here on crypto, but yeah, so far my focus, just because I got limited time to look at the charts, has been oil, and I just got knocked out. Does anybody know what the news is? Because it seems like Bitcoin went up while oil went down, and I'm wondering if something happened with you know, with Donald Trump saying something about Iran or something here. Nedrek is in the YouTube chat saying dollar bills, yo. He likes my accent. I guess I have a New Yorker accent, New England accent, I guess. I am in between New York and Boston, so my accent is kind of like a mix of the two, I guess. Some people don't know if it's Boston. Some people don't know if it's New York. I don't know. If you guys could comment in the chat, let me know. Does my accent sound more like I'm from Boston or more like I'm from New York? Just let me know. Is it a Boston accent or a New York accent? Mr. David Brooks, I'm gonna have to mute you because you're over here advertising and spamming my chat. So yeah, I'm gonna just mute you. You can still watch. We're just not gonna have you comment anymore. You've been muted there, bro. Okay. DeluxeAlgo says Pippin Miko's pump and dump. Oh yeah, I think we already talked about that. Yeah. Nedrex says Boston is the accent that he hears when I'm talking on the live stream here. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm actually closer to Boston than I am New York, so I'm in New England. Okay. And yeah, the Boston accent kind of rubs off on me pretty well. You know, we parked the car over at the lobster bar. I make sure I get my car keys, so I don't forget. You know, my car keys on the way out. I can, you know, when they say car keys here, it sounds like they're saying khakis. Khakis. And I know some people don't like the Boston accent, but others can't get too, you know, can't get enough of it, so it's whatever. All right. Let's take a look at Crypto Bubbles, see what's actually doing pretty well today here. Crypto Bubbles, we see that Knight up 11.9%, River up 14.7% today, and Zcash is showing some green here at 11%. Coins that are getting beat down, I mean, it's just right there in front of you. Siren down 43%. Yikes! But Siren's been, you know, crazy crypto to trade if you're able to do it. This is a crypto that you don't do more than like 2 or 3x leverage. You could just spot trade Siren and still lose 43% of your money. So watch out for Siren. Okay, it looks like Siren's finally getting a cooldown. Maybe we will take a look at Siren next. Stablecoin down 10.5%. How can you be stable if you're down 10.5%? Just doesn't make sense to me. ZRO down 7.8% here as well. So there's some green and red all over the board. Some ways to make money and some ways to lose money. Okay. Let's actually take a look at Siren and see how much money they're losing over there trading Siren. A little bit curious to take a look at that one here. Oh my god! We're looking at the 1 hour chart and it looks brutal. Oh my god. But I can already see, like, here with the DeluxeAlgo indicator here, it was telling you to short Siren on Saturday. Now granted, like, you know, it didn't really play out, you know, until today, but it was telling you on the 1 hour time frame you might want to short Siren on Saturday afternoon. Siren went sideways, and then we got the drop here. So there you go. For those who are looking for a signal to figure out when the long or short, like, you got that DeluxeAlgo indicator right there giving the short signal. Okay, and this is after you had a little bit of yeah, definitely for sure you had some bearish divergence here on the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at the daily time frame here on Siren. Oh my god, where did my chart go? Okay, oh my god, look, this thing is ridiculous. But could this still be a higher low and then they just do a Uno reverse tomorrow like they did here on Friday, where we saw Siren drop like 50% on Friday, last Friday, only for it to then go up 111% the next day on Saturday the 28th of March. Right now, Siren's currently trading at 94 cents, down 44% today. Could we do something like that where we just do a Uno reverse one more time? And yeah, people down 44%, but if you buy right now, could you be up 100% tomorrow? just getting back to where you started the day off at. We started at $1.70 here, and like yesterday we were at you know, $1.80, $1.88. Okay. You do not need to trade leverage for this one. I would just spot trade this, but if you want to, you know, keep it at maybe at the lowest leverage you could possibly do, maybe like 2x leverage, because you don't need. Yeah, this thing is crazy. It's loco. But you got some moving averages. If we were to continue dropping down further, I think this 21 EMA, this white line, could provide support at 47 cents. But that's still like almost like another 50% drop from where you are right now. That's why, I don't know. Only the brave souls would trade Siren right now, and you know, the even braver souls would be using leverage on this one. Siren just got a jump out of nowhere on. Oh wait, what the hell? This thing was delisted. It looks like it was delisted because it looks like it was trading on August of last year, and then it just disappeared, and then it started trading again here in March of this year. Is there another chart I can find where it didn't get delisted? What's that all about? Siren on KuCoin maybe? Yeah, this is a better chart to look at. KuCoin did not delist Siren and then relist it. Yeah, but Siren's been like the talk of the town the last couple of months here. And you got your long and short signals here. But you see, you also got that bearish divergence. You're making higher highs here on the price, and I bet you we're making lower highs here on the RSI. If I could show that to you here, yeah, let's see, 79 here, and then right here it was like 76. So yeah, that's bearish divergence right there. However, you did pop up out of nowhere on Sunday, March 22nd, to actually make a higher high on the RSI. But then, you know, that was like a blow off top here, with that higher high at like 89 on the RSI here. But then since then, I mean, that was your below top, and price is coming down, and maybe it's going back to reality here for those Siren investors here. But let's see, this one is showing that the 21 EMA. So I think, all right, take what I said before back. You're already at the 21 EMA. You actually dropped below the 21 EMA on a daily time frame here. You're at $1.13. I think KuCoin chart is a better chart to be using for charting Siren if that's what you want to be tracking and following here. 21 EMA could have acted as support at $1.13, but it's not. Your next moving average below you is this 50-day moving average. Could provide support at 36 cents. Yikes. Yikes. And now I'm curious, you know, what do we got for the VRVP indicator here? Which is another indicator that I like to use on the charts here. Wow, okay, so you don't really have that much support until you come down to this value area high sitting at like 34.5 cents right there. So yeah, that 50-day moving average and also the value area high at like 36 cents and 34 cents, that's your support. Your most likely valid support area. Anything else is I'm not sure. It's kind of dicey. There's something here at like 57 cents. But I don't know if that's going to actually stick and hold. No one else would be able to spot that unless they're using the VRVP indicator here. But yeah, Siren could just do a nice, well, not a nice, but a very brutal drop down the lower prices and actually get support at 34 cents. There could be like another, what, 60% drop in Siren right now? Let's measure that out real quick here. Just going down to that value area high. It's about a 62% drop from where we are right now. Yikes! I don't know, man. I don't know. I stay away from Siren unless you're brave, very brave and bold. If I was to do Siren, right, I would just keep the stop loss really tight. Looks like the lows for the day is like 93 cents where we're at right now. Maybe you put your stop loss like 5 or 10% below that, and this is just spot trading it, not even using the leverage trading. But you could spot trade this, buy this right now, and then maybe we go back up to $1.80 tomorrow. You know, as crazy as this thing likes to trade, it could do something like that. We have seen the Uno reverse candles before here. Uno reverse. Maybe we get another Uno reverse. Let's see. Nedrex says New England seems better than Old England. Yeah, probably. I've never been to England. I've never been to like London or anything like that, but I would if I ever got a chance to do so. G Money says let's look at AVAX and QNT. All right, I appreciate the request there. We'll take a look at AVAX, and sure enough, we'll try to also look at QNT as well. And then QNT. DeluxeAlgo, are you still in the chat here, Deluxe? And remember, I'm just thinking about, I told you yesterday I was going to try to long oil buy the dip last night. And you were like, oh, I don't know about that bearish divergence, Damien. And then we both saw the bearish divergence. And I was like, yeah, you know, but it could probably still go up to higher prices. This could be a buy the dip opportunity. But sure enough, I got stopped out right now. Near break even though, so not too bad. All right, let's look at AVAX here. But I do remember we were talking about oil, and you were like, I don't know. It could be you know, it could drop on you. And it did. All right. I just thought that maybe I could like catch the dip and maybe we create more bearish divergence, make it a little higher high. All right, so right now we're looking at AVAX now. This is Avalanche on it's a cryptocurrency. I'm just gonna leave the VRVP indicator on. Sure, why not? You know, this is the VRVP indicator here. It shows you the buys and sells. The green is the buys and the red is the sell, where the majority of people were buying and selling at different price levels. And it shows that the majority of people were buying AVAX, and this is data going all the way back to like earlier this year in January. But like this is showing that this blue line that's the highest volume node. That's your point of control, your POC, sitting at like $9.11. So we're kind of like right below it. If we can push past that, I think things will get easier for us to go to higher prices for Avalanche here. But you do got resistance literally right above you with that POC. And then also you got the 21 EMA that could also suppress any price action to the upside. That white line is that 21 EMA is that white line at $9.43. We are able, you know, we have seen it go above the 21 EMA, but now that we're below it, it could push us down. And if we do get above it, it might not go too far before we, you know, probably roll over and go down. So we shall see when we hit 943 here how Avalanche handles itself. Alright, because if we can stay at 943 and not really drop down, do some consolidation at 943, we could probably launch our way up to higher prices where we do got this 50 moving average, this green line sitting at 1073. That could be a target for Avalanche. And then, you know, I just moved the chart here a little bit, and I think the value area high just moved, but the value area high is also sitting at 1107. So I think once you get up to like 1070 to like $11 here, time to take some profit on Avalanche if you haven't done so already. You know, I'm not sure if you're swing trading it or if you're day trading it, but that's where I would take profit if you're going to be swing trading this. If you're in it for the long term, you know, then you're in it for the long term. You know, this is just probably just you know, nice to see Avalanche below $10 if you're buying this for like a, you know, 5 or 10 year investment. But if you're trading it, you know, swing trading it or day trading it, I think 50-day moving average right there is going to be your target for now. And then, of course, you got the high volume node here at $11. You got a little bit of high volume. Not higher than what we have right here at the point of control, but it's still, you know, a significant volume node here at like $11 here is where you should probably take some profit if you actually see Avalanche get up that high. Okay. Now, I didn't really do downside targets, but, you know, downside, there is a value area low white line here at like 850, 860. We're kind of like not too far from that either. You break that, and then you have to look at maybe previous, you know, candle wick lows here. You got maybe, you know, 818 might hold up, and then of course, you know, we'll see how if we're able to hold on to the lows here in February at 753. Okay, but it gets really dicey for Avalanche if we start losing $8 here. Okay. Come ask me again about Avalanche if we do lose $8, and then maybe we can try to figure out what the targets might be to the downside. But I think $8 is the line in the sand that you need to be holding on to here for Avalanche, just from what I'm seeing in the charts here. Of course, you know, 750 because that's where we got down to on February 6th here. But I don't want to see you go lower than $8 here for the most part on Avalanche. All right, moving on from Avalanche, let's take a look at QNT. And I believe that's the crypto you want me to take a look at here. QNT Quant. All right, Quant. Currently trading at $70.05. Not really doing much today. Well, I should probably take that back. It did do something earlier. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator for now. But we did spike up high. Got as high as like $71.93, but now we're hanging out near $70.05. We got some moving averages that can provide some resistance on us to the upside here. $71 is your 50-day moving average, that green line, and then you got the 100-day moving average at $75, and then you got the 200 moving average at $79. So once we, you know, get past one moving average here, we could get resistance from the next one at $75, and then if we can make it past that, then, you know, I would expect more resistance at $79, your 200-day moving average here on Quant QNT. I do have long short signals here with my DeluxeAlgo indicator that is turned on right now, and it said that we should actually be looking for shorts on Quant here on the daily time frame. That fired off here on Saturday, so I don't know if Quant is actually going to go up to high prices here, based on what I'm seeing here with the short signal here. If we get a long signal, then I'm like, all right, well maybe Quant does want to go to higher prices here, but right now I'd be cautious. Anytime if we do start climbing up to higher prices on Quant, and we actually get to this 100-day moving average, I'd be looking to sell, because you still got that short signal here saying that we should be selling Quant. Okay. And if Quant does go down to lower prices here, if you want to enter a short, you know, maybe you could take some profit with it. We got some sideways trading action going on here, like $63. I think that's like another 10% move down in price here. And I'll go ahead and turn the VRVP indicator to see what that has to say. So yeah, the VRVP indicator is saying that there's high volume here at $63. You got your value area low at $63. And we got the point of control, the highest volume here at $70. So we're already at like what could be considered a support zone here for Quant. If Quant is going to stay supported and actually go up to higher prices, like I said, we got the moving averages, but also you got the high volume here on the VRVP indicator, and that's sitting around like $75. And then you got the value of your high sitting at like $76. So if we get to like $76, I think this thing has like maybe like a 8 to 10% move up in price before we should be looking for taking profit on our longs, and also maybe entertaining the idea of maybe shorting at the value area high here at $76. So there you go. That's my analysis there on Quant QNT. Let's see, what do we got here for the comments? I think I just seen DeluxeAlgo say some things here. DeluxeAlgo says, yes, you are still here. That's good to see. DeluxeAlgo says, for XBR, turn on the TR indicator, 5-minute time frame, and I will see a signal to short oil at 10 a.m. Alright, well, since we're on the stream here, maybe you can point that out to me and show me where I need to go for that. Let's see if we can try to work on that indicator here. So the DeluxeAlgo is in the chat. He tells me to look at Brent oil on the 5-minute. So let's go ahead and do that. 5-minute chart. And then let's see, I believe it's this indicator right here, right? This would give me the yeah, this is where I get the signals here, the long and short. If I go into settings here, right? You were telling me to put on the TR indicator. Let me see, is that here in style? We're looking at the EMAs here. I turned this simple moving average off because it kind of like gets in the way of my 21 EMA. Let's go. We'll look at the inputs here. Is this what you're talking about here? The trend lines? Deluxe TR 1.0 indicator. It's a separate indicator is what you're saying. Okay. Got it. Alright, so let's see if I can find it here in the indicators here. Maybe that's why I haven't been able to find it, because is it I got DeluxeAlgo trade right here, and I have DeluxeAlgo trade money flow and divergences. And it's Deluxe TR10. I'm gonna literally type that in. Deluxe TR. Oh shit. Fat thumbing it. Is it this Deluxe Trap Radar? Is it that one right there? Because I don't think I even have this indicator. Apparently, there's another indicator out there that I just don't have. Yeah, go to it. Alright, I'm going to favorite it now. And I'm going to click on it. Alright, let's see what that does now. I think I've seen it do something here. Oh wait, is it loading up? Alright, it's loading up. Alright, here we go. Ah, okay, now I see the trap. Okay, so we got the trap L and trap S. Okay, the trap L, that means a trap, a long trap, and then a trap S means like a short trap. We'll have to talk about this probably off the live stream, but now I'm glad I was able to actually turn this indicator on. Apparently I didn't have that indicator. I purchased this indicator and it don't have it. Apparently there was other indicators here that I just wasn't using. But now I can see that trap S right there and the trap L is there. And you said on the 5 minute fired off a signal at 10 a.m. Central Time, so that'd be like 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I believe. And it said it should short oil at, yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, there it is, that trap S right there. There it is. I see that. I can see that now. So on the 5 minute time frame, are we getting any indicators here that actually long oil? Not yet. Not yet. We did get a short signal just now at 12:40 here. And we got that trap S right there. Okay. Well, I would like to long oil if I can, because I'm not gonna just short just because the price is dropping. I need more of a investment or trading strategy than just, oh yeah, let's just short because the price is dropping. I would like to try to wait and maybe see if a long signal comes in, or maybe if we hit a key level, and then I can try to go long on oil here again. I'm already long in on Coinbase. Maybe I might have got stopped out on one of my contracts there. You want me to turn off the DeluxeAlgo indicator now? Okay, so I'll turn off, I believe, was it this one? DeluxeAlgo trap. Alright, yeah, let me go ahead and turn this one off. Alright, so there we go. Trap L, trap S is now the only one that's showing now. And I think that's pretty useful signals here. Now, alright, so this trap S came in, but then it said trap L. So, would you have taken profit on your short right here? On the 5 minute time frame? Take like partial profit? Seeing something like that? Because you got the trap L, the price did rise up, and then we dropped down like a rock here. How would you have traded this DeluxeAlgo? I'm a little bit curious now. Because this tells you to short here, and then this is basically telling you to long here. And then you would have got wrecked on your long here if you did try to go long. Yeah. you would check other time frames. So this is the 5-minute time frame. Let's see what it looks like on a 15-minute time frame. And let me get rid of the moving averages here for a quick second. I mean, it was telling you to trap L to long it here on 5 o'clock in the morning on the 15-minute time frame here, and you didn't get, you know, a signal short. Although you did get the signal short back here on Monday night. So in this case, what would you have done? Would you have like shorted here, take profit on your short right here, take partial profit, and then still stay in the short? I'm just curious how you would trade that, because you did get a trap S saying you, hey, you should probably short, which would have played out and made you some money, but then you got the trap L signal here. So is this going to be like, how would you interpret that? Is that like we take profit on our short, we take partial profit maybe, and stay in the short some more until maybe we see another long signal, and then we probably need to take all our profits out of the short? I'm curious how you would trade that. Deluxe like, oh, and you must use a chart where you actually trade. So the charts where I would actually trade would be probably like trading on MEXC or WEEX. Which one do I want to do? Do I want to do WEEX? Let's give it a chance to actually load up there. Okay. So I'm looking at Brent oil on WEEX here. You could trade that if you want to. It's XBR is the ticker symbol here. Perpetual futures. And I know I got knocked out of my trade here. Hey, what is this thing doing? Why is this? Ugh. I hate it when it does this. Alright, can we get rid of that now, please? Alright. Why is this thing blocking my chart here? I'm trying to look at the chart. Please, thank you. Maybe if I do that, and then I just do that, I'll get rid of it. Alright, cool. Alright. So I got stopped out on profit there, if you just saw that real quick here. On my Brent oil trade. And I would like to get back in. I was trading... let me just try to blow this up here a little bit. But I was trading oil last night and going into you know, this morning here, and I got stopped out of my trade here in profit, and I would like to add to oil here if I could do a long, but does it make sense to long? I don't know. Let's look at the 1 hour chart here. The trend is still, it looks like it's up and to the right, up and to the right. We're just getting a buy to dip opportunity here. I'm a little curious. I want to know, like, what's the news right now? Like, why did we just drop? Like, we could have dropped, you know, earlier this morning and we didn't. But we just dropped this afternoon, and now we're finally seeing the short play out here for Brent. Does anybody know what happened today? Did Donald Trump say anything? I feel like I always gotta like look up Truth Social to find out what's affecting the markets. Alright, Deluxe says use XBR WEEX, but do it on TradingView. I guess I could. Yeah, let's see if I can find that there. XBR USDT. There it is on WEEX right there. So look at this. I mean, on the 15-minute time frame, it did say trap L. It didn't give me a trap S, and then, you know, I would have missed out on. I would have got stopped out if I entered long right here. Right? I would have entered long, and then this thing would have just blew through my stop loss on whatever long I would have done right here. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame. Oh man. Yeah, this is weird. Look at this. Ugh, scam work here. Ugh. I kind of get why some people say it's kind of tough to trade oil, especially when it does something like this and comes to your stop loss, and then it goes back to like the same price. where it was trading at before it destroyed your stop loss. See what the moving average is doing here. Do we have any moving average support? We're hanging on to the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. I mean, as long as we stay above this candlewick low here at 101 bucks, I think we'll be all right. I think I want to enter back into that long again. I don't know. Let's see what MACD and money flow is doing on the 1 hour. MACD, you're not getting anything useful and promising here. I mean, it'd be more prudent to wait for the blue line to curve back up again. But sometimes, you know, the move gets made where this thing will jump up to like 110 bucks or 108 bucks or something, and then it'll be like, all right, blue line is curving back up now. See what the money flow is doing here on the other DeluxeAlgo indicator here. We got red sell dot here that came in at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and we got a little bit of negative here on the money flow for Brent crude oil here. Okay. So it'd be risky. I mean, it is risky to try and long this. However, you know, I could limit my risk with a stop loss, and you know, I could put the stop loss right below this candlewick low here at 101 bucks, and that's not too much of a risk there, if you ask me. Let's measure this out here by planning a long. We planned the long here at 103 bucks, and we move that stop loss to like at 101 bucks roughly. You're risking about 2.4%, not using leverage. And if we just go back to where we were earlier today at $109.70, you'd be risking 2%, trying to get 5.9%. It's a risk-reward ratio of 2.4. Not too bad. Some traders would take a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I think it's better to have a 3-to-1. This is in between 2 and 3, so it's not that bad of a long to be taking. But I actually would be targeting, you know, if I could, to see if, you know, we did see Brent oil get up to like $119 a couple of weeks ago. I would try to stay in this like a swing trade long here. And now look at the risk reward ratio. You're risking 2% to try and get 15%, and the risk reward ratio is 6.2. So I'm actually gonna try to get back into that long here on WEEX here with Brent oil. And I'm going to try to put in about $100 a margin roughly. This is my cost basis right there. Put about $100 a margin. And I'm just using 10x of leverage here. And we said we're going to put the stop loss at 101 bucks. Let me just, yeah, we went down to 102 earlier. So I think 101 should be a decent stop loss. I'll lose about $28. And then trying to target 120. Actually, let's make it 119 because I don't know if it was actually 120. But I would, you know, be risking $28 to be making $145. The ROI is almost the same. It's like you're risking 28% to try and get 144%. That's still a worthwhile trade to take if it plays out that way. Now it's like, can I get a better deal though? Let's go into the 5-minute chart here. Okay, 5-minute, I see the MACD, the selling pressure is starting to die off here. Let me go back into the trading view chart. Let's look at the 5-minute chart here. Yeah, so, you know, selling pressure is starting to die down. If it continues, we get a MACD crossover to the upside. RSI was oversold. Maybe the bleeding is going to come to a stop here. And now look at this. As I wait, we're at $104.16. Oh my god. And that's what, I mean, I probably would have just clicked the buy button. But I'm trying to analyze this in front of you guys here. See if I'm missing anything while trying to long this. I guess I have to long now at $104 here if I want to get into the trade right now. and we were at $103 not too long ago, like 5 minutes ago. Oh boy. Alright, so let's see what it does to this. Alright, so still, is it still like, alright, I'll lose 28% roughly. And I'll make $145. $145. And I'll lose like $28 if I'm wrong. I don't like that. I don't like losing too much money. I've been trying to keep it where I'm not losing more than 20 bucks. Even better would be like not losing more than 15 or 10 bucks on the stop losses here. Losing $28, you know, it leads me to believe that I might have to wait. Now, I'm just gonna wait. I don't wanna, you know, show you guys me doing a bad trade or doing bad habits here. I think I'll try to wait to see if this comes down. I'll probably put alert if we come down to like $103.90. Or maybe just if we go below $104, I'll try to get into this long here. So I'm gonna just put, if we cross $104 here on TradingView, I want to take a long. And I'm waiting for this thing to activate. Activating. Alright, why is this not activated? Anyways, whatever. We'll move on to something else. You guys want to take a look at another cryptocurrency, another asset here? I've been live for almost like, well, I got off to a late start. I've been live for about almost an hour now. If not, I mean, we just stick to looking at the charts here for oil, see if the oil actually does come down. We don't have to look at any other assets. I just put it out there if you guys want to do another asset here while I'm waiting for oil to come down. You know, and on this 5-minute chart, you know, we could be making a bear flag here. However, we are making higher lows here. Uh-oh, $104.12, 8 cents I saw. 104.06. Uh-oh, I might have to enter and just do a market order. Oh, there we go. All right, we got my alert going off. We're below 104 bucks. I will now enter that long. All right, and there we are. I got in at $103.96. See, I just had to be a little bit patient. Stop loss. Did we put the stop loss? Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I forgot. I mean, I had it here for the long TPSL, but I guess not. Anyways, we can always enter it now. Let's see. Stop loss is gonna be at 101 bucks. I'll lose about $28 of my margin. I put like $100 of margin into it, and let's see. We're gonna see if we can. Now, I'm not going to just wait until $119. I'll probably take some partial profit later on tonight if we go up to like 110 or 115 bucks here. But now I got my stop loss in there. Okay, actually, I already had the stop loss in there. 119, 101. Alright, whatever. I got 2 stop losses in there now. Whatever. Let me click the refresh button here. I guess 2 stop losses is better than having no stop losses, right? But there you go. I just got in on the Brent oil trade here, XBR on WEEX, using WEEX Exchange there. And if you guys want to trade oil on WEEX Exchange, you can do that. You just see me do that on WEEX. But for my TikTok guys, if you want to like trade oil or something else besides crypto, you can do that on WEEX Exchange. They even got stocks you can trade, like Apple and Nvidia. But to get started with WEEX, all you gotta do is click on this Linktree link here on my bio. Right, you go to the Meet Damien TikTok here. You click on this Linktree. It will take you over here, And then you just scroll on down. There you go. Register for WEEX. You click on that, and it will give you the website to get started with my referral code. To get started with WEEX here. There's also other exchanges here if you don't want to do WEEX. There's MEXC. MEXC is pretty cool because they usually have the cheaper trading fees than WEEX. But the problem with MEXC is that you got to make sure that you're trading in a country that they do business with. Americans and Canadians have a hard time logging on MEXC. You can get around that with a VPN, which you would have to buy a VPN, I think like $5 a month. You can get a VPN, or you would have to get a Polyalu residency card, which costs like I think like $280 or something like that. Which I think in that case the VPN's cheaper, but you don't have to do any of that VPN or Polyalu stuff here. You don't have to do any of that. If you do that with WEEX. WEEX doesn't do KYC, and they don't require you to use a VPN either. So that's why I usually steer the new people who just want to get started and get started right away. WEEX is like the easiest one to get started right away with, and then MEXC is actually if you get onto MEXC, it's a little bit cheaper to trade on there. Okay, and so that's why you would pick one over the other, in my opinion there. I also got a link here for Coinbase if you want to start trading on Coinbase. Coinbase also has oil as well. They have oil, gold, silver, copper futures, natural gas futures. And then also I got my other links here. I got the TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook here. The Meet Damon. This is my profile picture. That's how you know you got Meet Damon. But be careful. For my TikTok guys who are on here, make sure you actually follow me because there are some fake profiles going on in TikTok. People trying to pretend to be me right now. Shine Legend says, "Can I check Sui, please?" And then DeluxeAlgo says, "Check Discord DMs." All right, I will. Do you want me to do that on the live stream? I'm pretty sure you want me to do that later on when I'm done with the live stream. But let's go ahead and take a look at Sui for my buddy Shine Legend here. We're looking at Sui currently trading at 87 cents. Let me get into the daily time frame here. Now we got daily candles here. Looks like you got a signal here that said that you could long Sui on the daily time frame. It came in yesterday on Monday, March 30th. So that's good, I guess. If hopefully Sui is able to climb up to higher prices. But I have marked on the chart here that 83 cents is an area that we should pay attention to. That should act as support, and it looks like it is trying to act as support. And I think I did that because damn, what the hell? Oh man, oh, we have to zoom all the way out. Wow, yeah, because Sui hasn't really been this low since September of 2024. Yikes. But I think I marked off 83 cents here because if I turn on the VRVP indicator, which I'm going to do right now real quick, but there is high volume here at 83 cents and also 74 cents as well. But I already marked that on the chart here. 74 cents and 83 cents is important support levels for Sui. If you lose 83 cents, you come down to 74 cents and maybe get support there. But man, if you lose 74 cents, oh man, it could be game over for Sui. I do not want to see that because I know Sui is a really good project, utility coin. It competes against the likes of Ethereum, and it competes against like Solana. I know Sui's trying to be faster and cheaper to use than Solana and Ethereum, so that's a very noteworthy goal to have here. But let's see, you probably want to see how. I gave it a downside targets for Sui, which I think Sui's alright for now. You kind of bounce off at 83 cents. You need to stay above 83 cents. You're at 87 cents right now. However, going up to higher prices here, you could get an initial rejection off this 21 EMA sitting at 95 cents. That white line right there. That could be where you might have a little bit of problem before you actually go up to higher prices from there. And there's no other moving averages that could act as resistance besides the 21 EMA, and the 50 moving average would be like the next moving average that could provide resistance, and that's at $1.20. So maybe there could be some upside price action here for SUI if it's allowed to do it or not. Let's look at the VRVP indicator one more time, just with data going all the way back to like January, and let's see if there's any volume nodes to be paying attention to here. So this is the VRVP indicator off to the right, and if we can get past this point of control here at 96 cents, which is right where that 21 EMA is at 95 cents. I think 95, 96 cents. If you're day trading this, like if you're using leverage right now and you're day trading SUI, I would for sure take profit at 95 cents here. If you're in it for like a swing trade and you're not doing, you know, crazy leverage, then you could probably stay in the trade and maybe take profit at this value area high sitting at $1.01 is area of significance here. And then once you get past $1.01, I mean, maybe you get past $1.08 like you saw here in middle of March here. But there's not that much preventing you from jumping up to higher prices and getting up to like, looks like we could get up to like $1.15 here. And then that's not too far from the $1.20 that we saw here on the 50 moving average. But we have to keep in mind that this 50 moving average is a moving target. And as the days go by, this thing looks like it's trending downward. And I think by the time the price does catch up to that green line might actually be at $1.15. And I think that's X marks the spot. $1.15 is your target to the upside for SUI. For a swing trade, if you're in this for a swing trade, you know, you could buy at 87 cents here. Take profit at $1.15. Looks like that's going to be your target. Alrighty. DeluxeAlgo is being funny here. He says I could long oil and maybe lose my money. Yeah, maybe. I do, like I said, I've been long in oil since $63 before the war started. I had a feeling that the war was gonna start, and it did, and I made a good amount of money in the beginning of March when the war got off, and started. Then I've been long in oil every time I see dips here, and I just think we're getting another dip, and I don't see anything positive about them opening up the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump keeps issuing threats to Iran about, if Iran doesn't open it up, they're going to start blowing up Iran's oil refineries and oil facilities. So if they're blowing up Iran's oil facilities, how is that going to cause the price of oil to go down? It's probably going to go up. Okay. And I don't think Iran is in the mood to be negotiating with Trump. They want to make him look bad now. So they're probably going to, risk their facilities getting blown up just to, stick it to Donald Trump. And what they'll probably do is, they're not able to do anything to America, but what they'll probably do is they'll probably end up attacking like Saudi Arabia and all these other oil countries to try and get those countries to tell Donald Trump to stop blowing up their oil. So it's crazy. It's a really crazy year that we're in right now. Alright, guys. I actually have some things I need to do getting ready for Costa Rica, believe it or not. And I think we went through all the requests here. And we looked at SUI, we looked at AVAX, Pippin, and Quant. Didn't get any requests for any stocks here. Shine Legend is putting a last-minute request here for a Uniswap. I could do that for you. And then I wanted to probably take a look at the price of Bitcoin one more time. And then that's going to be it. I was going to probably go, I got some things I need to do. Getting packed and getting ready to go here to Costa Rica. Tomorrow's going to be a travel day for me, guys. So it's going to be hard for me. I'm not going to be live streaming on the laptop computer. And then by the time I get to where I need to go, I mean, I'm going to see what the internet's like. Maybe I might be able to do a live stream. If I do a live stream tomorrow, it'd be like tomorrow night. Costa Rica is like 2 hours behind the time zone here in the East Coast of America, so I don't know what time it'll be exactly if I do go live and I'm able to get set up and have a desk and everything. ready to go. But yeah, I would like to go live tomorrow night, maybe like 6, 7, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, which would be like 8 p.m. to like 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, then after that, after the travel day, I like to go live on Thursday and try to do a live stream here on TikTok, where I'll be walking around answering your questions, looking at the news for the day, and trying to figure out, you know, what might be some good trades to get into. But I won't be on the charts because I'll be on the phone while walking. But then I'll try to do a live stream on Thursday night for sure with the new setup over in Costa Rica. So there you go. That's what I plan on doing for you guys here. If you guys want to stick with me, I appreciate that, because it's going to be a very interesting few months. You're definitely going to see some more of me here on TikTok and YouTube, and then also see some travel content. I'm going to try to do some travel content. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Uniswap for Shine Legend here, and then we'll look at the price of Bitcoin, and then that's it, guys. Uniswap here on Coinbase Exchange. Currently trading at $3.54, up 1.9% today. You did get a long signal here, as I'm seeing right now off the bat. So maybe Uniswap is actually going to go and climb up to higher prices, and if it does, you got that 21 EMA sitting above you at 368, not too far above your head here. That could be a problem until it's no longer a problem, and then maybe we can climb up to this 50-day moving average at 436. Which will put you above the previous highs here. We got some highs here at 420, of course, right? And then 419. So you got some targets to look for. 21 EMA, previous high, and 50-day moving average are all like, you know, maybe take profit target 1, take profit target number 2, and then take profit target number 3 would be this 50-day moving average. And then I think that's it. As for the day trading go, you should, you know, take some profit at 420 and 430 if you can. And that would also be a swing trader target too, for the swing traders out there. Obviously, if you're in it for the long term, for like years, you're probably happy to see Uniswap at $3.50. But it looks like we actually saw Uniswap get down to 284 here. What was that? When did that happen? That happened on February 6th here. Yeah. If we go down to that level, that'd obviously be a better price to be buying Uniswap. But let's see. What is Uniswap going to do here? RSI climbing up. That's good to see. Let's see what the MACD is doing. Do we got the momentum to go up to higher prices? Looks like selling pressure died down a little bit, then started increasing, and then it died down. It's dying down again. If this is not going to be a fake out, then when this blue line crosses the orange line to the upside, that could signify that we are going up to higher prices here for Uniswap. But we shall see, because, you know, we could get another fake out where selling pressure could start dying down again. I mean, selling pressure could start increasing again on Uniswap here. So we're kind of like just, you know, being cautious here and patiently waiting to see if Uniswap's going to pop, you know, get a nice pop up to the upside. You did get a green buy dot here. I'm looking at the money flow. Green buy dot came in yesterday. Momentum is starting to go up, and also money flow it's been in the negative. It's been in the red here. Money flow is trying to curve up as well. So maybe you might see something nice here for Uniswap. But I just don't know, guys. Like, you know, like Bitcoin ain't really leading the pack here, going up to like $80,000 or $90,000. How are these other cryptocurrencies gonna go up to higher prices if Bitcoin's not doing it? We know Bitcoin needs to go up first before we start seeing, you know, significant price action in any of these other cryptos, unless there's some coin-specific news to those cryptos. But let's look at Bitcoin. Let's see what could Bitcoin do here. We have looked at Bitcoin early in the live stream here. It's currently sitting at 67,500, and we did get a long signal here. Bitcoin has hit previous support at 65K. Okay, 65K was what we were at, you know, back here earlier in March. We were at 65K, And then also 63K is also another support area for Bitcoin. We don't stay at 63K. We don't even close a candle at 63K before buyers start showing up, okay? So Bitcoin does have support between 63 and 65K if you're able to get lucky enough to buy it at that price. All right, but maybe you do get lucky enough to buy that price, but then maybe you become unlucky because if Bitcoin loses 65 and 63K, there's only one last line of defense at 60K as a candle wick low here. And then we have to talk about Bitcoin going into the 50s or maybe the 40s. And there is support at 52K here for Bitcoin because that's where Bitcoin was trading at back here in February of 2024. We saw 52K. But there's even more support for Bitcoin at 43K, or some people might say 420 or 42K. And that is also a stronger support area for Bitcoin. That's where I would actually be buying spot Bitcoin myself. Later on this year if I'm lucky enough to do that. But maybe I won't get that lucky, and maybe Bitcoin will climb up to higher prices. And let me give you the upside targets for Bitcoin if it does decide to surprise us to the upside here. First, we do got a 21 EMA at 69,800. That's the next target to look for to see if Bitcoin can actually stay above it. You see that we kind of struggle to stay above it. I mean, we have, when we stay above it and we go and we start heading up to higher prices, people get like, oh man, yeah, Bitcoin going to 80K or 90K. But then that didn't really happen, right? So let's see if we can get above the 21 EMA. If we get above the 21 EMA, I'll be more bullish on Bitcoin than I am now. Right now, I'm actually bearish on Bitcoin because you're below all the moving averages, including the 21 EMA on the daily time frame here. And I just think we could get rejected off the 21 EMA and then maybe go down to like 65 or 63K. Okay. But if we don't get rejected off this 69K area, then there's a area to look at 73K. And that was, I highlighted that because of some candlewick highs. And also, yeah, just basically looking at the candle body closings and candlewick highs here. 73K is an area to look for Bitcoin. But then also, we got the 50-day moving average right above us at 77K. That would be nice to see if Bitcoin actually does go up to 77K, because that would also show that we're making higher highs still. The last higher high is at 76K. And that would put us back into this rising channel, which I thought Bitcoin was going to do until we got this price action here. Okay, maybe this ends up being a bear trap. Maybe this is a fake out, and Bitcoin actually does an Uno reverse up to higher prices here. Maybe Donald Trump is telling the truth when he says he's talking to Iran and they want to do a deal here. Maybe they do a deal and stop blowing up each other's oil refineries and pipelines here. And that could cause Bitcoin to do a nice climb up to higher prices. At least get back into the 70s and maybe threaten to go into the 80K area. But, we need positive news. And we need less war for Bitcoin and crypto and stocks to go up in price. If not, then this will probably end up being one big giant bear flag, and Bitcoin will probably go down to in the 50s or 40s. So there you go. It's as simple as that, guys. But I do got the levels marked off here as best as I can, showing you the support areas are highlighted here, support, and then resistance, right? And then, of course, moving averages are going to act as resistance if we ever get up there. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you coming into the Meet Damien live stream. Don't forget to smash that like button on the way out. Double tap your screen here for my TikTok guys. And then for my YouTube guys, all you got to do is smash that like button. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and follow me here on the Meet Damien channel. I know I've been inconsistent, and that's why I see some of my viewership is falling because you guys just don't know when I'm going to go live. But later on this week, you should expect me to go live in the mornings or late morning, early afternoon, and then also see me go live again every night around. I'm going to see if I can get into a schedule, but somewhere between probably somewhere between 8 p.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. Eastern time is when I should be going live, right? And that's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mountain time. for the West Coast guys out there. Alright, so there you go, guys. I will plan on seeing you guys again as best as I can. I'll try to do a night stream tomorrow. If I do an afternoon stream, it's probably because I'm at the airport. I'm being bored waiting for my connecting flight. But yeah, that's it. Tomorrow's a travel day, and then we'll get right to it again on Thursday, answering your questions about stocks, cryptos, commodities, whatever you want to look at on the chart here. And I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever investment you decide to get into. Take care, and disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do like looking at the charts and trying to learn as much as I can with you guys and try to also entertain you as best as I can. Alright, take care, guys. See you hopefully tomorrow, if not Thursday.